This might be one of the most unhinged lore creators, and I love him for it. Dowit has uploaded a video called Dottore has done the impossible. What is the impossible, you may ask? Let's find out.
Friends, much like an STD.
Okay, and we start with... Brother! Okay, let's start this again.
Well, my friends, much like an STD, or a rat, or birds after the Chicxulub impactor 66 million years ago.
What is a Chicxulub impactor 66? What?
Dottore is back. To do what? Well, it looks like he's gonna fulfill on that thing that was promised to him 3,000 years ago. He's gonna burn down Irminsul, you see. He's headed to Samaru for the milk and honey, baby! But not just him. Seems like fucking half of Tavad is assembling for this event, including the Shades. Given we heard the voice of Nibirius, the Shade of Life, in the trailer. So
that's Renova, though. But I'm glad you showed her. God, she's so hot.
Let's do our favorite thing to do on this channel and break down the trailer. And quick, if I sound a bit off,
also, my favorite thing to do on this channel is just simply break down.
You might remember this happened the same time last year. I am deathly allergic to pollen.
Nice.
Not in that, again, I'll die, but more so, man, the ledge of a high-rise ain't looking too bad right now.
Okay, Jesus Christ, but also, I feel that, bro. I had to get these the other day. Pharmaceuticals to help me, you know, combat the grass.
All I remember is fire everywhere. From the sky to the ground, everything was burning. The heat was unbearable, and ashes were blowing in the wind.
Aww.
So we start out with Kale describing to, I'm assuming us, her dream, which as we know now is
more
actually
of a nightmare.
Just a vision of Dottore burning down Irminsul. The same dream she's had since the Lazo trailer a couple years ago.
He's busy with a little experiment in blasphemy.
Do y'all think the dream is the same dream? Like, do you think the dream that she had in the Winter Nights Lazo trailer that we saw is actually happening now? Because surely she would have brought it up previously if it happened 4 years ago, 3 years ago when Sumeru dropped, right? Surely she would have mentioned it at some point. I think it was heavy foreshadowing, and I think that vision that she was having was actually now the one that we are gonna see. I think she's only just gonna have that dream that we saw years ago. But it is also interesting that in the Winter Nights Lazo trailer, it was Tainari that spoke to her after that dream, and in this new trailer, it's Sethos. So I don't know how to take that. Jesus. Sorry, Kale.
Time to head out on patrol.
Come on, Colin.
So nothing new here. Odds are whatever fucked up shit he did to her was when she was a prisoner of his, gave her the ability to lock in and see what's going on.
Does the heavenly principles rule with wisdom or folly?
Both.
And how can we be sure that the seven who wield authority over the world will not be corrupted?
I love... Do you know who he sounds like, bro? You'll know who that is, right? Before I go on a tangent here, a mini tangent, Pantalone. Do you know who he reminds me? He doesn't remind me of Baiju. He reminds me of Snape. And I love that. The way he speaks. Corrupted. I don't know. He just reminds me of Professor Snape.
We be sure that the seven who wield authority over the world will not be corrupted.
Just the
Pantalone. Okay, let me give you a bit of advice. Pantalone. Okay, you watch your fucking mouth.
Jesus.
Okay, only me and Asmodee can criticize that.
Okay, fair enough.
Also, yes, I'm pretty sure this is Pantalone. Although I will say, when I first heard it, I was like, is that the Doctor?
Yeah, they do sound quite similar, to be fair. They do. I didn't pick up on it at first either.
Pantalone does bring up an interesting note about the Archons, however. He says, how do we know the Archons won't be corrupted?
We don't. We have no idea they won't be corrupted, whether by erosion, just due to time, or by forbidden knowledge, or by other means as well. We absolutely have no idea they're not going to be corrupted.
Well, the shot shows Kusanali, the Lord of Dendro. Folks, depending on how he's using the word corrupted, this has already happened to the Lord of Dendro, just Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, who was corrupted with forbidden knowledge and had to be purged from Irminsul to save the tree, but no one except the Traveler and, probably Alice and Nicole, you know what she says next, know about this.
Though her body and soul have perished, her essence retains its natural instincts.
Yeah.
She must have had a premonition.
Her body and soul have perished. Does anyone know anyone else's whose body and soul have perished?
I did think we could have had it at this time as well. However, could this not also technically be about the dead Hex and Circle Witch as well? Nabu Malikata as well, true. It could definitely be about Nabu Malikata. You think it's Nabu? I think Nabu Malikata would be a great curveball to throw for this quest and have it not be Rukkhadevata, to be honest. I really do. Dude, I would just love more Nabu Malikata slash King Deshret lore. I really would. I will goon for that shit.
Rukkhadevata. We know at the very least when Nicole knows when Irminsul has been tampered with, and we know the Hexen Circle studies the tree immensely, so anyone want like a $3 wager? I think she's talking about the Greater Lord.
The situation in Sumeru is as described above. It is time to eliminate the remaining poison Dottore has left in Mondstadt.
Seduced by transcendent power, secretly colluded with the Doctor.
Oh, I guess it was poison that he left in Mondstadt as well, not necessarily in Sumeru, was it?
Yeah, gonna be honest, no clue what power Dottore left in Mondstadt, or remnants of, and as for who's colluded with the Doctor for power, the trailer wants you to think Lohan, given he's obsessed with fighting and power, and he's a bit cuckoo in the encounters we've had with him, but that's too obvious.
Yep, it is.
So I'm gonna say Lohan, a bit of 6D chess going on in my head. Can't trick me, bitch.
I think it's Lohan.
You know, I'm not here to play.
Who the fuck is this? I'm being dead ass, by the way. I've never seen this person in my entire life. I cannot be this disconnected from the game.
To the heavenly principles, preserving the existence of the world and its inhabitants takes priority over protecting Sumeru.
True.
God bless the heavenly principles and their utilitarian worldview. How
can't wait for that.
Naive and idealistic. Maybe they do roll with folly.
No. It's...
These degenerate rulers lost control over their nation, and with it, the right to occupy that exalted seat.
Seems like Pantalone wants in on some of that promised milk and honey, though, so he's headed to Sumeru, too. As for his words, what's that promised milk and honey, though, so he's headed to Sumeru, too. As for...
Bro, I fucking caught a glimpse, dude. Dead ass. I thought this was the fucking Pyronosis, but I think it's like the roof of a building or something. I just caught a glimpse of something red and orange, and I was like, there's no fucking way they showed that. But no, it's not attached to him. But you'll watch. You get a glimpse, dude.
As
it's like,
for his words, what's the old saying?
It's just a building.
No one gives anyone the right. They take it. What's odd, though, is he's saying the rulers lost control of their nation. Plural rulers for singular nation. Could be he somehow knows about the Greater Lord Rukkhadevata losing control, and maybe somehow Nahida's currently losing control, and he's referring to them with the nation being Sumeru, but how would he know about the Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Unless maybe he's referring to all Archons in the singular nation of Tivat. I don't know.
Till we meet again, Lord of Dendro.
And here we have Naberius, the Shade of Life, bidding farewell to the Lord of Dendro. There is no doubt in my mind. Actually, there is a doubt. This could be, I should have fucking weird sentence. This could be a flashback of an interaction between old Naberius and Rukkhadevata, given if Naberius is here in the present.
Oh, fuck, true. I didn't think about that. Fuck. It might not even be with Nahida, bro. I was thinking Nahida's showing some death flags with this shit, but it is probably Naberius and Rukkhadevata.
That would mean Rhine-Daughter is here, given they've merged. So, it could be it's a flashback because we don't hear Rhine-Daughter, but at the same time, it could be this is like a scene that takes place at the end of the quest, and Rhine-Daughter is patiently letting Naberius speak. How benevolent of Rhine-Daughter.
But there will come a day when we reclaim this world for ourselves.
What up, Cracky? How you been, man? We haven't seen a Pep, the Dendro Sovereign, in the narrative in quite some time, man.
Oh, God, I hope we get to see more of a full body image of a Pep, bro.
Look at Dottore, bringing everyone together.
True.
He's the great unifier, they say. He ran on that campaign. As for what a Pep is saying about how she and the Sovereigns will reclaim this world...
God, that'd be so cool. I want to see an all-out war. Like we had the War of Funerary Flame, we had the freaking Archon War, bro. I want to see a war between everybody. Everybody, including the fucking old Sovereigns. Everybody. And I want the dragons to win. Fuck the rest.
Delusions of grandeur, no doubts.
A trick to get us to lower our guard?
Don't die.
This would kill him.
Varka's always got the best advice, bro. I'm just saying. He always has. I think it's the alcohol.
A trick to get us to lower our guard?
Don't die.
This would kill him.
Watching lowly prisoners like you act all self-important.
lot of generic hype lines here, but there is one line at the end, you know, watching lowly prisoners like you act all self-important. It's a female, but I have no idea who's saying this. Given the authoritative manner in which this line is said and the referring to people as prisoners, I want to say shades, but none of them sound like this. To be fair, this could just be some Fatui NPC female after capturing the traveler and friends. I mean, you know, if you know who this is, though, feel free to let me know.
Connect to soft.
White screen equals dead. Not really.
Shatranj.
I never thought I'd return through Sumeru.
I am the shimmering light that glows from the eyes of the Creator. I am the shimmering light that glows.
These like open up like anchor points. It kind of does look like divine knowledge capsules in a sense. This is probably going to be Nicole. But then what are they using as the amplifiers here? Also, what the fuck is bro yapping about? When did she learn the ancient tongue or whatever she's saying?
I'd return through Sumeru.
I am the shimmering light that glows from the eyes of the Creator.
This line, Kale says, is interesting. She's actually quoting the scroll of streaming song in which Nabu Malikata and the Greater Lord Rukkhadevata met for the first time, and
oh, well then 100% that fucking voice line with Nibirius is probably going to be with Rukkhadevata then, I would imagine. Wow, what the fuck?
Nabu Malikata says those words verbatim. The Creator obviously being the heavenly principles.
Wow.
You will pay for interfering with the grandest experiment of all time.
And that takes us to the end. Kale ominously speaks.
Where's Mika? Surveying some mountains or some shit, I think.
Speaking of the Creator, I've been too locked in fucking Zenmo Zone Zero lately. I hear the word Creator, I sit up, but it seems like this is it. You know, Dottore is backed by some mechanism that isn't explained. He doesn't really seem to have a body, though. He looks too digital, and, you know, for what it's worth, the descriptor they're giving of us for...
I love the second I saw this dude, like the shoulder pads especially just look like they're made of wood. In a lot of the MMOs that I've played, like ESO, whenever you get any kind of wood elf aesthetic armor, that's what it looks like. It looks like splintered fucking wood. I fuck with this so heavy, dude. If this is meant to represent like a Dottore Irminsul.
I say this thing because they do not call this thing Dottore or the Doctor. Quote,
no.
This new opponent does seem to share a lot of similarities to Dottore, and unfortunately for us, he's just as dangerous.
Again, he left Sumeru, but he also stayed in Sumeru.
He'll catch us off guard by appearing before us when we least expect it, and if we try to create some distance, he immediately teleports and launches another attack. So he looks real digital, far removed from the segment in the prime of his life at the end of the Lazo trailer. I guess it shouldn't come as any surprise, though, to any of us. The guy who tampered with the body of an immortal sinner himself has now defied death, even if he's wound up in this janky manner. You know, but I respect the love of the game of bastardization Dottore's got going.
God fucking damn, bro. God fucking damn. Doubt it. Make some great videos, man.